Relation between an AC voltage source and time in SI unit is V equals to 120 sin 100 pi t and into cos 100 pi t. The value of the peak voltage and the frequency will be respectively. Okay, so we have to find the value of the frequency and the voltage. The given equation is V equals to 120 sin 100 pi t into cos 100 pi t. Okay, so we compare it with the standard equation which we have, V equals to V0 sine omega t. What we get is V0 is nothing but it is equals to 60, as we use the equation sine 2 theta, that is equals to sine theta into cos theta, that is 2 sine theta into cos theta. So what, according to that equation, we get this V naught to be equals to half of this, that is 60. Okay, 60 volts. Again your omega, which is 100, and into 100, that will be sine 2 theta, so that will be 200. So 200 pi, that will be the angular frequency, and for that omega value we have 2 pi into V, that is the frequency. 2 pi into the frequency is 200. Okay, so here V which we get is 200 pi. Okay, so pi gets cancelled and V which we get is 100 hertz of frequency. So the frequency is 100 ohms and the voltage is 60 volts. So 60 volts and 100 volts is the D option, so option D is the correct option. An inductor of 30 millihenry is connected to a 220 volt 100 hertz AC source. The inductive reactance is, so here we are going to find the inductive reactance. Options are 10.58, 12.64 ohms, 18.85 ohms or 22.67 ohms. The given inductance, which is 30 millihenry, converting it gives you 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 henry. Okay, and the voltage which we have given, there is VRMS, that is 220 volts. Okay, the frequency which is given is 100 hertz. Okay, so the inductive reactance, that is X of L, the inductive reactance is given by the formula 2 pi VL. That is actually omega L, but the omega has a value of 2 pi V, so that becomes 2 pi VL mu L. So 2 into 3.14 multiplied by the frequency, that is 100, multiplied by the inductance, that is 30 into 10 raised to minus 3. On solving this, you get the value of 18.85 ohms of inductive reactance. So 18.85 C is the correct option. Which of the following graphs represent the correct variation of inductive reactions XL with the frequency? So we need a relation of inductive reactance with respect to its frequency. So firstly, what we have is the inductive reactance is directly proportional to the omega into L, where omega is a value of 2 pi mu L into XL. That means, according to this relation, the inductive reactance is directly proportional to the frequency. So if the this relation is a linear relation. As a result, there should be a linear graph, and B option over here is showing a linear graph. That means the inductive reactance increases linearly with respect to the frequency. So, which of the following graphs represents the correct variation of capacitive reactance with respect to the frequency? So here we have given the capacitive reactance with respect to the frequency. So capacitive reactance has a formula of omega C, where omega is again 2 pi mu C. So the relation of capacitive reactance with respect to the frequency is an inverse relation. So xy is the inversely proportional to 1 upon V. So if the frequency increases, if the capacitive reactance increases, the frequency should decrease, and this relation is shown in the graph C, where the increase in the frequency shows a decrease in the capacitive reactance. So C is the correct option. The 30 microfarad capacitor is connected to a 150 volt 60 Hz AC supply. The RMS value of the current in the circuit is 17 amps, 1.7 amps, 1.7 milliamps or 2.7 amps. So here the capacitance of the capacitor is given out to be 30 microfarad. So C becomes equals to 30 mu F. Converting into farads is given 13 to 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Okay, the VRMS, that is the voltage, is given out to be 150 volts. Again we have the frequency which is given, that is 60 Hz. Okay, we need to find the RMS value of the current in the circuit. So for that, first we'll find the capacitive reactance, that is XC, which is again equals to 1 upon omega C. As we know, omega is 2 pi mu into C. So that gives you, we'll substitute all the values, that is 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into mu, that is 60, multiplied by 30 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, on solving this you get a value of 88.46 ohms. Okay, that is the capacitive reactance. So the IRMS, which we have to found the value of the IRMS, that is the RMS current, is having a relation that it is the voltage VRMS upon the capacitive reactance. Okay, so the VRMS which we have given is 150 upon the capacitive reactance we just now found out is 88.46. So dividing both of them we get a value of 1.7 ampere of IRMS current. So 1.7 is the option B, so B is the correct option. An alternating voltage in volts given by V equals to 200 root 2 sine 100t is connected to 1 microfarad capacitance through an ideal AC ammeter in series. The reading of the ammeter and the average power consumed in the circuit shall be. So we have the options 20 milliamps 0, 20 milliamps 4 watts, 20 root 2 milliamps 8 watts, or 20 root 2 milliamps 4 root 2 watts. So what we have given here is the alternating voltage, that is having an equation V equals to 200 root 2 sine of 100 t. Okay, so firstly we'll compare this with the standard equation, that is V equals to V0 sine omega t. So we get the V on V0, that is the peak value for the voltage is 200 root 2. Again we get omega to be 100 radians per second. Okay, next we find the VRMS value, that is nothing but the peak value upon root 2. So peak value is 200 root 2 upon root 2, so we get the voltage to be 200 volts. Now the capacitive reactance, we need to find the readings in the ammeter, but the readings in the ammeter will be only, the ammeter reads the current in which is in the ammeter always reads the RMS current value of the current. Therefore first we need to find the capacitive reactance. That capacitive reactance has a value of 1 upon omega c, where omega goes to 2 pi frequency multiplied by c. So we have the frequency to be out here is 1 upon 2 into 3.14 multiplied by the omega value which is totally given. Okay, so we don't need to substitute it, that is equals to 1 upon 100 multiplied by the capacitance, multiplied by the capacitance of the capacitor, that is 1 microfarad. So C is 1 microfarad, so that gives you 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. So 10 into 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Okay, on solving this we get a value of 10 raised to 4 ohms, okay, of capacitive reactance. Okay, now this as I told you, an ammeter will only read the RMS value of a current. Therefore the IRMS value of the current will be given by VRMS upon capacitive reactance. That's why we found the capacitive reactance, that is 10 raised to 4, and here it will be 200 volts which we just found out. So 200 upon 10 raised to 4 will give you 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 amps of current, that is nothing but 20 milliamps of current. Now we are given the average power which is been used. So power is nothing but the current IRMS multiplied by the voltage RMS into the cos of phi. So the phase difference between the current and the voltage in this capacitive circuit is pi by 2. So your cos becomes cos pi by 2, which is nothing but 0. So your power consumption total becomes equals to 0. So power is 0 and your current is 20 milliamps. So A is the correct option. An LCR circuit is under resonance if Im is the current amplitude, and Vm is the voltage amplitude, R is the resistance, Z is the impedance, XL is the inductive reactance, and XC is the capacitive reactance. Then Im is equals to Z upon Vm, Im equals to Vm upon XL, Im equals to Vm upon XC, or Im equals to Vm upon R. So we have this impedance of the circuit. First of all, find its relation with the Z, that is equals to under root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. And this is under resonance, the circuit is under resonance. So at resonance the inductive reactance and the capacitive reactance both becomes equal. So therefore as a result, if this both are equal, the Z becomes equals to this R. As a result, the current I will be equals to V upon R, that is V upon Z. Okay, so that is nothing but V upon R. Im will be equals to Vm upon R, so Im equals to Vm upon R. So your equation is Im equals to Vm upon R. D is the correct option. Sinusoidal voltage of peak value 293 volts and frequency 50 Hz is applied to a circuit LCR in which R is 6 ohms, L is 25 millihenry, and C is 750 microfarad. The impedance of the circuit is 7.0, 8.9 or 9.9 or 10.0 ohms. Okay, so first we'll write down what all things we have given. The R is given to be 6 ohms and inductance is given to be 25 millihenry, so that becomes 25 into 10 raised to minus 3 henry, and C, which is 750 microfarad, so that will again become 750 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Okay, so thus impedance of the circuit. In order to find the impedance of the circuit, we need to find the capacitive inductance and the capacitive reactance and the inductive reactance. Okay, so firstly we have the inductive reactance, which is nothing but 2 pi mu L. So we have 2 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by the frequency, which is 50 hertz, so mu equals to 50 hertz, frequency 50 multiplied by the inductance, that is 25 into 10 raised to minus 3. So on solving this, we get the inductive reactance as 7.85 ohms. Okay, next we need to find the capacitive reactance, that is again given by 1 upon 2 pi mu C. So same thing, 1 upon 2 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by mu, that is 50 multiplied by the capacitance of the capacitor, that is 750 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, so this gives you the answer all round to be 4.25 ohms. Okay, so we will minus both of them as we are going to use this in the impedance formula. So there is XL minus XC, which is going to give you 7.85 minus 4.25, that is nothing but equal to 3.6 ohms of reactance. So the impedance is having a formula Z, which is equals to under root R square plus XL minus XC the whole square, which XL minus XC we already have the answer. So under root, the R is given to be 6 square plus this is 3.6 the whole square. So on solving this, you get the value of 7.0 ohms of impedance. So 7.0 A is the correct option. A series LCR circuit is with resistance 20 ohms, inductance 1.5 Henry and capacitance 35 microfarad is connected to a variable frequency 200 volts AC supply. When the frequency of the supply equals the measured frequency of the supply equals the natural frequency of the supply, the average flow transferred, power transferred to the circuit in 1 ampere in one complete cycle is. So it is when the natural frequency is equals to the measured frequency. Okay, so we need to find the power through this complete cycle. So if the frequency of the source is equal to the natural frequency, then this impedance Z is equals to this resistance, and that is equals to 20 ohms. Okay, so the average power, which is be given by V square RMS upon Z. Okay, where V square RMS, your impedance has become the resistance, that is equals to 200 square, where voltage is given out to be 200 volts. Okay, upon the resistance, which is again 20 ohms. So 200 upon 20, so that will give you 2000 volts of power. So B, 2000 is the correct option. An electrical device draws 2 kilovolt power from the mains voltage 223 volts. The current differs lags in the phase by phi tan inverse minus 3 by 4 as compared to the voltage. The resistance in the circuit is. So here we need to find the resistance, which is given 15 ohms, 20 ohms, 25 ohms or 30 ohms. So the power given is 2 kilovolts, 2 kilowatts, that will be into 10 raised to 3 watts. Okay, the VRMS is given out to be 223 volts. Okay, so that, and that 5 is tan inverse, tan is 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4. Okay, so we need the power is V square upon Z. We have this formula. So the impedance Z will be nothing but V square upon P, where V is 223 square upon the power, that is 2 into 10 raised to 3. So here we get the impedance to be 24.86 ohms. We need to find the resistance R. Okay, so next we find is tan 5, which is nothing but again the impedance, reactive capacitive reactance minus the inductive reactance upon R, which is nothing but minus 3 upon 4. Okay, so enter this factor XC minus XL equals to minus 3 upon 4 R. Okay, so we know that the impedance is given by the reaction Z equals to under root R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Squaring this equation, we get Z square equals to R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. Okay, we already have XL minus XC, so what we do is we find the value for R. So that is Z. Z is the impedance which we just now found out to be 24.86. Okay, is equal to R square plus and this minus of 3 by 4 times r the whole square. Okay, so on solving this, it becomes the 24.86 the whole square. So that is, we take it to be round figure at 25. So 25 square becomes 625, which is again equals to r square plus minus 3 by 4, that is 3 square is 9 upon 4 square 16 r square. Okay, on solving this equation, we get 25 r square upon 16 is equals to the 625, where r square gives you a value of 400, so r gives you a value of 20 ohms. Okay, so B, 20 ohms is the correct option. 200 volts AC source is fed to a series LCR circuit having XL equals to 50 ohms, XC 50 ohms, R equals to 25 ohms, and potential drop across the conductor is. So here we need to find the potential drop across the conductor. That will be nothing but the potential drop, that is V, which will be nothing but I into R, that is the current I RMS through it, multiplied by the inductive reactance, okay, through the conductor, to the inductor, sorry. So it is 100 volts, 200 volts, 400 volts, or 10 volts. So we have been given the VRMS, which is 200 volts, already is there. Then the inductive reactance, that is 50 ohms. Then the capacitive reactance 50 ohms, and the resistance, of course, it is 25 ohms. So we are all set to find the impedance, that is R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. That will be nothing but under root 25 square plus XC, that is 50 minus 50 the whole square. That will be nothing but 25, okay, ohms of current. So Z is equals to 25 ohms. Now the current is I, which is equals to this is the RMS current we are finding, which has a relation with the peak value. So which has a relation with the voltage VRMS upon Z. So that is VRMS is 200 volts upon Z, just we found out to be 25. Solving this gives you 8 amps of current. Now we are all set to find the potential drop across the inductors, that is a V across the inductors L, that is nothing but the current across the inductor multiplied by the inductive reactance. So that will be IRMS, which we found is 8 amps, multiplied by the inductive reactance, that is 50. Okay, so that is nothing but 400 volts of voltage potential drop. That is sorry, it is option number C, 400. Okay, the figure shows a series LCR circuit connected to a variable source frequency 230 volts source. Okay, if the source frequency which is driving the circuit in resonance is, so 4 hertz, 5 hertz, 6 hertz, or 8 hertz. So when the circuit is in resonance, we need to find this source frequency. Things given to us are L 5 Henry, capacitance 80 microfarad, that is 80 into 10 raised to minus 6 farad, resistance are 40 ohms. Okay, so the VRMS is given out to be 230 volts. Okay, so the angular constant, the angular frequency we get found out to be by omega, which is equals to 1 upon under root L into C when the series in is when the resonance is there. So therefore resonance condition is 1 upon under root LC. So L becomes equals to 5 multiplied by the C, that is 80 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, so this will give you a value of 50 radians per second. Okay, now the source frequency when the which is driven, so source frequency mu r is equals to omega r upon 2 pi, where omega r is 50 upon 2 into 3.14. Solving this gives you a value of 8 hertz of frequency. So D is the correct option, 8 hertz. In an AC source of voltage V equals to V0 sine 100t is connected across the circuit, the phase difference between the voltage V and the current is observed to be pi by 4 as shown in the figure. If the circuit consists possibly of only of RC or RL or LC in series, find the possible value of the two elements. So from this given figure, what we observe is that the current is leading by the voltage, and that the current is leading the voltage by a phase difference of pi by 4, and that can happen only in an RC circuit. Okay, so we have this tan phi is equals to RC capacitive reactance upon R, where XC is equals to 1 upon omega C. So therefore the equation becomes 1 upon omega C R. Okay, and tan phi, we have a value of 5 as pi by 4, which is equals to 1 upon omega C R. As pi by 4 equals to 1, we have only 1 equals to 1 upon omega C R. Okay, so from the equation we have again V equals to V0 sine 100 t. So we compare it with the equation, standard equation, V equals to V0 sine omega t. We get that omega is equals to 100 radians per second. Okay, so if we give the CR on the other side and we have is 1 upon omega, we can have CR to be equals to 1 upon 100. That will be, that way when R is equals to, consider find the possible value of the two elements, that is when if R is equals to 1 kilo ohms, 1 kilo ohms, that is equals to 10 raised to 3 ohms, then your value for C will be equals to, if R equals to 10 raised to 3 ohms, that will come down, that plus 2, that will give you 1 upon 10 raised to 5, that will be 10 raised to minus 5 farads, that will be 10 microfarads. Okay, so if R equals to 1 kilo ohms, then C is equals to 10 microfarads. So that is R equals to 1 kilo ohms, C equals to 10 microfarads. So A is the correct option. Power dissipated in an LCR circuit connected to an AC source of EMF E is, power is equals to, we know V into I into cos psi, so Vrms into Irms into cos psi. So first we'll find Vrms, then Irms, and then cos phi. We have the formula for cos phi as R upon Z. Also this impedance is given as Z equals to under root R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. Also this Irms is nothing but Vrms upon Z. If we substitute this Vrms totally over this in this IRMS factor out here, so what we get is V square RMS upon Z. Also there is a cos phi which is RZ, so the total value becomes V square RMS upon R upon into R upon Z the whole square. Okay, cos phi R upon Z, VRMS V upon Z, so ZZ becomes multiplied, so it gets V square upon V square multiplied by R upon Z square. So the power dissipated is now V square RMS multiplied by R upon the Z square, where Z is this factor, and it will be R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. Okay, so to be more clear, what we have is the EMF E is given out to be epsilon, so we, instead of, we have epsilon naught upon R into R square plus, we can change this as XL is equals to omega L and XC is equals to 1 upon omega C. So we had omega L minus 1 upon omega C the whole square. That is the power given. So your correct option is D, epsilon naught square R square plus omega L minus omega C square. A charged 30 microfarad capacitor is connected to a 27 millihenry inductor. The angular frequency of free oscillations of the circuit is, we have the options given. So we have the capacitance of a capacitor, that is C equals to 30 microfarad, that gives you 30 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Also the inductance 27 millihenry, that is 27 into 10 raised to minus 3 henry. We need to find the angular frequency. So omega for an LC circuit is omega equals to 1 upon under root LC, where 1 upon under root L is the inductance, that is 27 into 10 raised to minus 3, into the capacitance, that is 30 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, on solving throughout we get 1 upon under root 81 into 10 raised to minus 8, that will be nothing but 1.1 into 10 raised to 3 radians per second. So 1.1 into 10 raised to 3 is the option number A, so that is the correct. Transformer is used to light 140 watt 24 volt of lamp, watt 24 volt of lamp from a 240 volt AC mains. If the mains create a 0.7, a current is 0.7 amperes, the efficiency of the transformer is, the output which we are getting out here, output power of this bulb is 140 watts, okay, watt, okay, and the input power is nothing but we 240, that will be power, that is current multiplied by the volts. The voltage is 240, current is 0.7, so in all the power is 168 watt. Okay, and the efficiency of this transformer, okay, the efficiency of this transformer will be nothing but the formula, that is output upon input power. Okay, so output power upon input power multiplied by the 100. So output power is how much? 140, input is 168 multiplied by the 100, so that gives you a percentage value of 83.3% of efficiency. So C, 83.3% is the correct option. Transformer has 100 turns in the primary coil and carries 8 ampere of current. If the input power is 1 kilowatt, the number of turns in the secondary coil to have 500 volts output will be 100 volt the input number of turns, 100 turns, 200, 400 or 300. Okay, so here firstly we'll find the given things, that is the primary coil has a number of turns is 100 turns. Okay, next the current which is the primary coil is having is 8 amperes. Next is the, so okay, so power which is given by the input power, so Vp will be equals to, sorry, the input power which we are getting is the voltage multiplied by the current, that will be nothing but 1 kilowatt. Okay, 1 kilowatt of the input power. So 1 kilowatt is nothing but 1000 watt, sorry, 1000 watt. Okay, next is we have is the output Vp. Okay, so Vp is equals to nothing but this 1000 upon Ip, that will be 1000 upon the input current is 8, so that gives you 125 volt. Okay, next the secondary voltage output. Okay, so secondary voltage is the number of turns in the secondary coil is having 500 volts of output, so 500 volts of output. Okay, also we have this equation, that is the transformer equation. So we have going to find the number of turns. So transformer equation states that the voltage from this of the source of the secondary with respect to the primary is equals to the number of turns of the secondary upon number of turns of the primary. So therefore here the number of turns for the primary are given, but for the secondary we need to find out. So therefore ns will be equals to np multiplied by vs upon vp. Okay, so earlier we have found vs 500 upon vp 125 multiplied by the ns, that is the secondary, sorry, np, that is the primary coil turns 100. Okay, on solving this we get the value 400 turns for the secondary coil. So C is the correct option. In a circuit, LCR are connected in series with an alternating voltage source of frequency mu. The current leads the voltage by 45 degree. The value of C is, so here the current is leading the voltage by 45 degree. Therefore what we have is, it is an LCR circuit. So in this situation where the current is leading, we have that the capacitive reactance is greater than the inductive reactance. Okay, so all this we have a formula for the tan phi is Xc minus XL upon R, where tan is 45, 45 becomes 1, so 1 is equals to Xc minus XL upon R. So similarly we can write this as Xc minus XL equals to R, or else we can write it at Xc equals to R plus XL. Okay, now this is the capacitive reactance, this is the resistance, and this is the capacitive or inductive reactance. So we will substitute all their values. That we get is that Xc is nothing but 1 upon omega C, which is equals to R the resistance, plus XL, that is nothing but 1 upon that is nothing but omega L. Okay, so the C value goes as C out here, it becomes omega 1 upon omega L plus R. Okay, so here substitute the value of omega, that is 1 upon 2 pi v into 2 pi mu L plus R. Okay, so for that we get the option as option number D, 1 upon 2 pi mu into 2 pi mu plus L plus R. So D is the correct option. Okay, the alternating supply of 220 volt is applied across a circuit with resistance 22 ohms and impedance 44 ohms. The power dissipated in the circuit is, so we have need to find the power, that is here the voltage V is given to be 220 volts. Again the resistance R is 22 ohms and the impedance Z is 44 ohms. So the current, total current is given by voltage upon the impedance, that is 220 upon 44, so that will be 5 amps of current also. So now for the power we have this formula I square R. Okay, where I becomes 5 square multiplied by R is 22, so the total power dissipated is 550 watt. Okay, so B 550 watt is the correct option. In a series LCR circuit, the phase difference between the voltage and the current is 45. The power factor will be 45 degree. The power factor will be 0.607, 0.707, 0.807 or 1. Okay, so here the phi which is given is 45 degrees, and this is an LCR circuit, so we take it as cos of phi. Okay, so the power factor is given by, in this LCR circuit, is given by cos of phi. where cos phi is nothing but 45, cos 45 degree. So that becomes nothing but 1 upon root 2, and the value for 1 upon root 2 comes out to be 0.707, which is option number B. So for power factor is 0.707. Resonant frequency of a series LCR circuit with L equals to 2.0 Henry, C equals to 32 microfarad, and R equals to 10 ohms is 20 ohms, 30 ohms, 20 hertz, 30 hertz, 40 hertz, or 50 hertz. So we need to find the resonant frequency for this circuit, where L equals to 2 Henry, where C is equals to 32 microfarad, so that becomes 32 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Okay, and your resistance is given as 10 ohms. So the angular frequency is given by omega r is equals to under root LC, okay, which is again equals to under root 1 upon L is having 2, C is having 32 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, on solving this we get a value of 125 radians per second of omega r. Okay, now we are finding the resonant frequency, that is V mu r. So mu r is equals to omega r upon 2 pi, that is nothing but 125 upon 2 into 3.14. Solving this gives you a 20 hertz of resonant frequency. So A is the correct option. In an AC circuit, V and I are given by V equals to 150 sine 150t and I equals to 150 sine 150 plus pi by 3 amperes. The power dissipated in the circuit is, options are 106 watt, 150 watt, 500, 5625 watt, or 0 watt. Okay, so first we have the equation V, that is equals to 150 sine 150 t. So we compare it with our general equation, that is V equals to V0 sine omega t. So your V0 we get is 150 volts. Okay, and also we have the given equation for the current, that is 150 sine 150 plus pi by 3. Okay, so comparing it with the general equation for the current, that is I equals to I0 sine omega t plus 5. So we get that the I0 value is 150 volts or 150 amps, and the phi is given to be pi upon 3. So the power dissipated depends upon the current, peak value of the current, and the voltage. So that is the relation is half of V0 multiplied by I0 into cos of phi. Okay, so it is half of multiplied by V0, that is 150, I0, that is 150, multiplied by cos of phi, that is cos of pi by 3, that is cos of 30 degree. Okay, sorry, cos of pi by 3, that is cos of 60 degree. Okay, so half multiplied by 150 into 150 into cos 60 becomes again half, so that gives you a value of 5625 watt. Okay, so your correct option is C, 5625. Bulb is rated at 100 watt for a 220 volt as AC supply. The resistance of the bulb is 284 ohms, 384 ohms, 484 ohms, or 584 ohms. So basically here we have given a light bulb which has a power of 100 watt, okay, and a voltage of V that is equals to 220 volts. This is a VRMS voltage. Okay, so the resistance of the volt of the bulb will be, firstly the power is related to this resistance as P is equals to V square upon R. Okay, but here R will be equals to V square upon P. So V square is the VRMS, that is again 220 upon the power, that is 100. So V square, so 220 was square, so that gives you a value of 484 ohms of resistance. So 484 ohms of resistance is of the bulb. Next question. A 100 ohm resistor is connected to a 220 volt and 550 hertz AC supply. The RMS value of the current in the circuit is A 1.56 amps, 1.56 milliamps, 2.2 amps, or 2.2 milliamps. So let's write down the given things. We have given a resistor that is of resistance 100 ohms, then a volt that is 220 volt. This is your RMS voltage. Okay, so VRMS. Next we have mu, that is frequency given, that is 50 hertz, and we need to find the current IRMS value. The IRMS value has a formula of VRMS upon R, that is the Ohm's law, V equals to IR. So the RMS root mean square value of current is equals to the root mean square value of the voltage upon the resistance, where VRMS we have is 220 upon R we have is 100. So the answer comes out to be 2.2 amps of current. So the correct option is C, 2.2 amps. The peak value of an AC supply is 440 volts, then its RMS voltage is 31.11 volts, 311.1 volt, 41.11 volts, or 411.1 volt. So here what we have given is a peak value, peak voltage for an AC supply, that is VP. We can write it, and it is 440 volts. We need to find the VRMS value. Okay, so the ratio of VRMS to the peak value to the VRMS is, that is VRMS is equal to VP upon root 2. Okay, we can also state that V0 upon root 2. So VP is nothing but 440 upon this root 2. So solving the answer we get is 311.1 volts. So here B is the correct option, 311.1 volt. Ideal conductor is in turn put across 220 volts 50 Hz and 220 volts 100 Hz supplies. The current flowing to it in the two cases will be equal, different, 0 or infinity. So we have an inductor, sorry, and it is an ideal inductor which is in turn which is across 220 volt and 50 Hz frequency supply and 220 volts 100 Hz frequency supply. So for an inductor we have the current flowing, that is for I. The inductor can be given as V upon X of L, that is the reactive inductance, and inductive reactance, and then we can also have it V is equals to the inductive reactance as a value of 2 pi mu L, where mu is the frequency and L is the inductance. So mu, the frequency, as it is changing in both the cases, that is here once it is 50 Hz and the other way it is 100 Hz, so the current will also be different. So here the options we have is equal current, 0, infinite, or different. So correct option becomes indifferent. For capacitive circuit, if the frequency of AC source is doubled, then the capacitive reactance will it remain the same, will it be doubled, will it be halved, or will it be 0? So in this capacitive reactance we have two cases, one when the frequency is normal and the second way then when the frequency is been doubled. Okay, so the capacitive reactance is given by X of C, which is nothing but 1 upon omega C, and that omega has a value of 2 pi mu C. Okay, so the relation of this capacitive reactance with the frequency is, it is inversely proportional. So if we have two capacitance, one who has a single frequency and one whose frequency is double, then we can have xc1 upon xc2, which is nothing but mu2 upon mu1, because it is one is they are inversely proportional, so it becomes mu2 upon mu1. So next, the capacitive reactance, the frequency is being doubled out here, so we get 2 mu upon mu, so that is nothing but 2. So the capacitive reactance will be, that is x of c2 will be nothing but half of xc1. Okay, so the capacitive reactance will be half, so that C is becoming half. The C is the correct option, half. The voltage of peak value 283 volts and varying frequency is applied to series LCR combination, in which R is equals to 3 ohms, L equals to 25 millihenry, and C equals to 400 microfarad. Then the frequency in hertz of the source at which the maximum power dissipated in the above is 51.5, 50.7, 51.1, or 50.3. So here we need to find the maximum power dissipated at what frequency we are getting that. So we'll write down the given things, whatever we have given with. We have given the peak value, that is V0 becomes 283 volts at a frequency which is applied in an LCR combination, in which the resistance becomes 3 ohms, the inductance becomes 25 millihenry, that will be again 25 into 10 raised to minus 3 henry. Okay, next here the capacitance is given as 400 microfarad, that will be nothing but 400 into 10 raised to minus 6 farads. Okay, so again the frequency. Okay, so for the frequency in an LCR circuit, we have the mu, which is equals to 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. Okay, so that is 1 upon 2 into 3.14 into under root L, which will be 25 into 10 raised to minus 3 into C, that is 4 into 10 raised to, we can have minus 4. Okay, so that will give you a value of about 50.3 hertz of frequency. So your correct option is 50.3 hertz of frequency is dissipated. Okay. A charged 30 microfarad capacitor is connected to a 27 millihenry inductor. The angular frequency of free oscillation of the circuit is, the capacitance given is 30 microfarad, that is 30 into 10 raised to minus 7, the minus 6, and then the inductance given is 27 millihenry, that is 27 into 10 raised to minus 3 henry. Okay, next we need to find the frequency, angular frequency, that is omega, which is given by 1 upon under root LC. So 1 upon under root of L, that is 27 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 30 into 10 raised to minus 6. That gives you the value of 1 upon under root 81 into 10 raised to minus 8. On solving this, you get the value of 1.1 into 10 raised to 3 radians per second. Okay, so the correct option is 1.1 into 10 raised to 3 radians per second. That is option number A. Quantity that remains unchanged in a transformer is voltage, current, frequency, or none of this. In a transformer, when we get, whether it be a step up transformer or a step down transformer, both the voltage and the current gets changed, or the one thing that doesn't change is the frequency of the AC. So here the correct option is frequency. The frequency remains unchanged in a transformer. A transformer has 100 turns in the primary coil and carries 8 amps of current. If the input power is 1 kilowatt, the number of turns in the secondary coil to have 500 volt output will be 100, 200, 400 or 300 turns. Okay, so we will be finding the solution, that is a transformer having n turns, 100 turns in a primary coil, that is NP is given 100, and carries a current of 8 amperes, that is the input current, which will be 8 amps. The input power, that is Vp into Ip, is given to be 1 kilowatt, that is nothing but 1000 watt, and that is the number of turns in the secondary coil we need to find to have output voltage, that is Vs of 500 volts. Okay, so first we'll find the input volt, that is Vp, that is equals to again 1000, which we got, upon Ip we already have is 8. Okay, so that gives you a value 125 volts of input voltage. Okay, now we'll use the ideal transformer equation, that is Ns upon Np is equals to Vs upon Vp. Okay, so Ns is given, we need to find the Ns value, that is the circuit secondary coil turnings. Okay, that is equals to Np into Vs upon Vp. That Np will be 100 into Vs, which is given 500, upon Vp, which we found out it is 125. Okay, on solving this we will get a value of 400 turns. Okay, so C is the correct option, 400 turns. AC source is of 200 root 2 volts, 50 hertz. The value of the voltage after 1 upon 600 seconds from the start is 200 volts, 200 root 2 volts, or 100 volts or 50 volts. Okay, so we are giving you an AC source, that is Vrms, which is about 200 root 2 volts. Okay, and a frequency mu, that is 50 hertz, and we need to find the voltage after time, that is 1 upon 600 seconds. Okay, so we all know the relation that the Vrms value is equals to the peak value upon root 2. So the peak value V naught will be root 2 multiplied by Vrms. Okay, that is root 2 multiplied by Vrms, that is 200 root 2. So that gives you a 200 volt of peak voltage. Okay, so we will put this value in the equation, in the equation of this wave, that is V voltage equation, that is V equals to V0 sine 2 pi mu t, that is 2 pi omega t, where sine omega t, that is omega, we have 2 pi mu t. So we will substitute all the values we have, that is V naught is 200 multiplied by sine, and then we have is 2 pi multiplied by mu is given to be 50 multiplied by the time, that is 1 upon 600. So 5 2s are 10, so the 0 goes off and this becomes 1. So we are left with 200 sine of pi by 6, where sine pi by 6 becomes half, that is half, so that becomes 2 1s are 200s are, so it gives you a value of 100 volts after 1 upon 600 seconds. So C is the correct option.